Hey everybody, coming up, officials released the names of the Ingalls shooter and victim, plus immigration raids continue on the Gulf Coast, and more shrimp being recalled. We have those stories and more coming up. It's time for News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green and Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Happy Friday, Internet family. I'm Akivia McFarland, and thank you so much for joining us for News 5 Now. We do this every day, 5:30, and we get to talk about the big stories that we're following for you right now. We talk about your answers to our question of the day, and we also see how you voted in our Facebook poll, too. So without further ado, let's go ahead and kick this party off with the big stories that we're following for you right now, beginning with number 5. More frozen shrimp packages are being recalled due to potential radioactive contamination. The packages affected are from California-based Southwind Foods, sold under several brand names in 9 states, including Alabama. The FDA says no illnesses have been reported. You can find a full list of products affected on WKRG.com. Number 4. Next week marks 20 years since Hurricane Katrina slammed the Gulf Coast. The Mississippi Department of Transportation is releasing a documentary about their experience during the aftermath. The film will document firsthand accounts of the devastation and recovery after the storm hit on August 29, 2005. The documentary will be released on MDOT's YouTube page. I was just saying to myself a little while ago, I cannot believe it's been 20 years since Hurricane Katrina, definitely a devastating storm. Number 3, efforts are underway to repair a sinkhole that formed on a busy road in Fort Walton Beach. Crews have now filled the hole on Beale Parkway with sand. Officials say they are still working to figure out how the sinkhole formed. The pipe that collapsed is part of a state road system and was installed by private contractors. Number 2, this week nearly 24 people have been taken into custody during immigration enforcement operations on the Alabama Gulf Coast. FBI officials in Mobile say 19 people were detained in operations in Mobile and Baldwin counties. At least 4 of those detained had prior criminal histories. And number 1, very tragic story here. Officials have identified the victim who was killed on the Ingalls Shipyard today and the suspect accused of shooting him. The Jackson County coroner confirmed that Taj Johnson of Pritchard was the victim. The alleged shooter, who has been arrested, is 25-year-old Curtis James Jr. of Pritchard. A spokesperson with the Pascagoula Police Department says the two had an argument earlier in the week and today as well. Police said they're not sure how the suspect got the gun into the shipyard and that the gun has not yet been recovered. So, absolutely terrible story. We here at News 5, we send our condolences and our love out to the families involved. So thank you for listening to that. Those are our big stories that we're following for you at this hour. But now we're going to go ahead and get started on our question of the day. We want to know, are pumpkin spice lattes overrated? Well, my genuine thoughts on this before I read you all's, it's still hot outside. It's still summertime. I'm definitely leaning to the direction of overrated because, like, why are we even talking about this right now? Like, you need a cold bottle of water right now, let alone a pumpkin spice latte. But I digress. Let's go ahead and see what you guys have to say. All right. At the top, we've got Kirsten saying, totally. Oh, and just in case you haven't noticed, it's still hot outside, so keep your pumpkin spice latte away from her margarita. I'm with child, so I can't do margaritas right now, but I'm with you. Exactly. She took the words right out of my mouth, y'all. It's too hot to be talking about pumpkin spice lattes. Yes, overrated, especially right now. All right. Lewis Williams Jr. says yes, but then I'm not a coffee drinker, so I have to take it with a grain of salt. That is true. People do drink their coffee year-round, no matter how hot it is. All right, let's keep going. Helen Henley says everything pumpkin spice is overrated. The drinks, the candles, all the scents, all the things. They're not feeling it. All right. Then we have Janine. Sorry if I said that wrong. Janine Locke says she's not a fan of pumpkin spice either. Dalton says all depends on the person. Honestly, obviously. These are all opinions we're just sharing here. Dalton says they used to do Starbucks and now have moved to scooters because everything is freshly made, and so they like how things are done there. So, to each their own. All right. Madeline Knapp says, yes, salted caramel is the superior autumn flavor. Okay. A little bit of a rivalry there between salted caramel and pumpkin spice. All right. Let's see. Now we got to get somebody showing some love to pumpkin spice, right? So we've got Emily Jennings kind of taking that spot. Love, love pumpkin spice. All right. And another one showing it some love. Got Lois Gafford saying a pumpkin pie is actually top notch with the latte. So maybe if you have those hand in hand, it makes the experience go up. Cool. And okay, we have a Buckeye here. I'm going to read Nancy just because I see that you're an Ohio State Buckeye. Go Bucks, baby. But yes, this Nancy likes the pumpkin spice there as well. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for chiming in on our question of the day. We want to know, are pumpkin spice lattes overrated? It's not too late to chime in on that one if you'd like to be a part of that conversation. Now let's go ahead and check in for your answers to our Facebook poll. I really like this question, and I feel like there's only one answer. I feel like there's only one correct answer to this one. Which could you live without for a year? Music or movies? And you can see the resounding majority of people say movies, 87%, while 13% say music. Guys, we can't even watch a movie without music. I mean, have you ever thought about what the movie experience would be like if there was no music in the background? Come on, like, music is essential. Even, during the time of human history when there were no movies, there was music. We cannot go without music. It's an easy answer. The answer is movies. So for the 87% of you who are like, it's a no-brainer just like me, I'm with you. I'm on your team today. All right, guys, so thank you for participating in our Facebook poll. That was a fun one. But now I got to send you away with some homework, as I tend to do. Go ahead and like our WKRG Facebook page if you have not already. Go ahead and give it some love. We do our best to keep up with that page. That way you have all the things that you need. So make sure you're liking it so you can keep up with all your big news. And also, go ahead and answer our next question of the day. We want to know, which high school team are you supporting this season? We've got a lot of good teams here along the Gulf Coast, so make sure you're letting us know who you are going to be pulling for, whose colors you're repping, and who you want to show some love to throughout the season. Go ahead and vote in our next Facebook poll, too. We want to know, which do you prefer for halftime shows, modern music or golden oldies? And honestly, depending on the oldie and depending on the modern song, all of those could be good. I mean, they be jammed at halftime. I mean, if you're like me, you just love halftime, period. I mean, it's almost the best part of the game, but I digress. So make sure you participate in our Facebook poll and the question of the day. You have all weekend long to chime in on these topics. That's the beautiful thing about Friday, is that you have all weekend, and then we'll come right back here on Monday and share those answers. So make sure you participate. We want to see what you guys have to say. So guys, in the meantime, we want you to go ahead and turn your channels to Channel 5. That way you're on WKRG just in time for News 5 at 6. It's a special Friday here at News 5. We're doing our Your Hometown tour, and this time we are in Jackson, Alabama, as the Aggies get prepared to take on the Saraland Spartans at 7 o'clock tonight. So our sports team is up there previewing that show, and of course we're talking about all the great things Jackson as well. So make sure you're tuned in to News 5 here at 6. That way you can continue going on this journey in Jackson, Alabama with us. And guys, as always, thank you so much for joining us for News 5 Now. It's always a pleasure getting together like this, and I hope to see you next time. Have a great weekend.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
In the courtroom, the judge knows best, and this judge does too. If you've been hurt in a wreck, you need a law firm that knows the system and how it works.